right, thank you all for attending the players meeting for Intramural Sports. We'll go ahead and jump into some introductions. My name is Timothy Collins. My honor family members call me TC. I'm your senior coordinator of recreation. I oversee intramural sports and sport clubs, and I'm gonna pass it to you up there, the only video I see.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hamza Salim, and I'm the intramural sports supervisor.
Perfect. All right. So once again, intramural sports, our vision and mission, every time we host any type of activities and events, we're constantly looking through this lens. So our vision is intramural sports program is a team of dedicated and motivated students and staff working together to implement organized activities for the students, staff, and faculty and alumni here at CSUMB. We provide a number of activities each semester promoting a diverse culture in an enjoyable environment. And our mission is real simple. It's to establish friendships and encourage participation through organized recreation while practicing exceptional leadership, teamwork, and sportsmanship. So that's what we're all about. Every time you come out to our events, we're constantly making sure our events are in alignment with our vision, as well as also our mission statement. So our values are real simple. It's respect, responsibility, integrity, servant leadership, and sportsmanship, right? So respect, we're talking about respect for yourself, the supervisors out there, and also the opponents, respect the fans from both sides as well, too. Responsibility looks like being accountable for your actions, right? Accountable for yourself and your team, your coach, this institution, this program, right? Integrity is developing that strong character. That's what we mean when we say to integrity. That's what we're after, developing strong character that includes but goes beyond honesty. And servant leadership. You can't have a program in intramural sports without servant leadership. Putting others, including the staff and participants, first in all of our decisions. And then most importantly, the backbone of the intramural sports program is the sportsmanship, right? Reacting positively and correctly, regardless of the situation. So those are our 5 values that we like to pride ourselves in our intramurals program. Our officials, our supervisors, all are in alignment with that. And we hope you too are in alignment with those values as well. So let's jump in and talk about our league, shall we? Our current leagues, this is what we're looking at for this month of September and a little bit into October. We will be doing 4v4 grass volleyball from 1 to 5 p.m. in the North Quad. And once again, that starts up on the September 19th, goes all the way to October 3rd. So it's every Sunday, this will be a game for you at that field. Playoffs and championship will start October 10th. So yes, we will be trying to knock out playoffs as well as also championships on that same day in the 10th. So be ready and prepared to play some volleyball on that day because you'll be definitely having some double headers. All right. And then SpikeBall, 2v2 SpikeBall will be happening as well from 1 to 5 p.m. in the North Quad on the sand court area. The regular season for that is the 24th. So it starts that Friday of that week of the 19th. And it goes all the way to October 8th, playing every Friday between that time span of 1 to 5 p.m. And playoffs and championships, once again, that will start on October 15th, and we'll be knocking those out as well, too, all in one day as well, too. So get excited. We're excited to have intramurals back. Hopefully you all are excited to start participating again. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm so glad it's not March 2020. We're all stuck indoors. So real quick, grass volleyball, some just quick information about it. So games will play best of 3 sets, right? The entire game, all 3 games are supposed to be played within 25 minutes. So we do have some point differences and so forth to, once again, make sure we stay under that time limit. We're asking teams to arrive 10 minutes before their games to do their check-in, but also to complete their COVID-19 protocol, okay? So we'll go over a little bit more of what that is after, what that entails in this presentation. Set 1 and 2 will be played up to 15 with a cap of 20, win by 2, of course. And then set 3 will be played up to 11 with a cap of 15 if we get to that set 3. The next thing is SpikeBall. So SpikeBall is very similar. Will be played best of 3 sets. Games will be played within the 25 minutes. We're asking, once again, those teams to arrive 10 minutes before so they can make sure they check in and they complete their COVID-19 protocols. Those set 1s and 2 for that SpikeBall will be played up to 10, capped at 12, win by 2, of course. And set 3 will be played up to 6, capped at 8. Now, once again, this is because of our time limit span, 25 minutes. We want to make sure we can try to get as many teams as playing within, that 1 to 5 hours, or I'm sorry, 1 to 5 time allotment. So we'll be trying to play, entire game essentially within 30 minutes so we can have the next game play on the next half hour. Our location, right? Where are we playing? Someone said the North Quad, but I just got to the campus. I don't know where that's at, right? So here is exactly where North Quad is. So grass volleyball, we played on the grass inside of North Quad, a dorm. So essentially that's going to be this location right here, the ABC, right? Everyone knows where the ABC is. It's the only orange building on campus, right? Gotta love that color. Right across that street, or right across the way from them, is the North Quad. Inside of that North Quad, there's a beautiful grass green area. We'll be playing our grass volleyball in that location. So that's where we'll be having grass volleyball, as well as also SpikeBall, very similar location as well. Right inside of that grass area, there's a sand volleyball court. We'll be playing SpikeBall in that sand volleyball court. So just make sure you're aware of where the actual location is, because it's not at our recreation field, but there will be some sports that will be happening at our recreation field later on this semester. Hopefully, right? And the prize, what do we win? Oh my gosh, such a great question, right? What do we win after we go ahead and, beat all the competition out there, right? So all of our participants will receive an intramural championship shirt, and the cap is, so each team has so for grass volleyball, you're able to play, it's 4-on-4. So that means the cap on your team could be 8. So we just double it. So for SpikeBall, you have 2, the max cap could be 4. So essentially everyone who is, on that team of 8 for volleyball or on that team of 4 for SpikeBall will be able to receive a championship shirt. Now, we do ask that every participant at least participate in 1 to 2 games. So please make sure your members are aware of that, because when it comes to playoffs and so forth, they will need to make sure that they are eligible to participate in playoffs. All right, we're chugging along here. Our traditional leagues, so many questions about flag football and outdoor soccer and indoor grass volleyball and basketball. Guess what? We're hoping to get those things up and running in October, November of this semester. But the bare minimum, we'll definitely have them in spring semester. Once again, just depending on our COVID-19 situation, where we're at and so forth. Those sports are kind of more considered the medium to high risk sports, especially if they're indoors and so forth. So we're trying to, once again, get a handle on this COVID-19, and hopefully we'll be able to start those up in October, November of this semester. So the outdoor soccer, indoor soccer, all those sports will be starting in the middle of this semester, or definitely happening in the spring semester. So please stay tuned, as well as also stay connected to our Recreation MyRAF page, because that's where all of our information will be coming out once we set those leagues. All right, our eligibility and registration. So let's talk through this real quick. So eligibility for all students, remember, if it's free. Intramural sports is free for all CSUB students, faculty, staff, and alumni. Yes, even the alumni. We're definitely encouraging them to come back and play. I know that we have a lot of alumni who are big in our volleyball program, as well as also soccer program, and we definitely want them to be able to come back and still participate with us. They will still have to go through the proper requirements as well too, which we'll talk about in the next coming slides. But yes, we do allow the alumni to participate as well. All participants must check in with their Otter IDs. We will allow you to use your driver license only once. So, definitely make sure you have your Otter ID every time. We definitely want to make sure we don't have any type of ringers really out there, right? Crushing. And then all participants can play on 1 grass volleyball team and 1 also SpikeBall team. Okay, so you can't play on 2 grass volleyball teams or 2 SpikeBall, but you can play on 1 of each of those leagues, or 1 team in each of those leagues, grass volleyball and SpikeBall. And registration. So very similar to what you all did for registering for intramural sports for the SpikeBall and grass volleyball. After next week, so registration ends next week, the 17th. Currently right now, we are about at 12 teams for volleyball. Hell yeah. And then we are at 8 teams for spike volleyball, or for SpikeBall. Spike volleyball, I might have to bring that out. For SpikeBall. So max, each sport has a cap of 16. So volleyball, we're getting pretty close there, and definitely SpikeBall, hopefully we'll be there by next week. All participants will need to check in every day or every time they play on MyRAF. So on MyRAF, you'll see an event very similar, kind of like this photo up here right now. You'll have an event that you'll need to check in. It'll say participant check in. Once you do that, we'll be able to then check you in for the game, as well as also make sure that you've done your COVID-19 protocol, which we'll talk about real soon. And then all teams, we're asking all teams to create their teams as well in IM League. So we'll be sending out communication at the end of this players meeting to all of the individuals who've said that they will be creating a team. You as the team captain, for using that language loosely, we'll be sending out the communication through IM Leagues. It's another platform we use. It houses our scheduling, it houses our rankings and so forth, as well as also it houses our playoffs and championships too. So we'll be sending that information. Please make sure you check your spam. For whatever reason, CHUMB doesn't like imleagues.com, but check your spam. You'll definitely be able to find it in there. And that's going to be registration. So once again, you'll register on Sunday, the 19th. You'll make sure that you go onto MyRAF, check into the actual event, go to North Quad, Grass Volleyball Court, and do the rest of the check-in process there, which is right now COVID-19 regulations. So all participants, as you all saw from President Ochoa, we're requiring all students, faculty, and staff to be fully vaccinated, or you can have an exemption. Once again, it's medical or religious, and all that's confirmed through our vaccination registry. So you don't have to send any of your proof or information to me. Please don't do that. It's okay. They don't pay me enough to look at that stuff. But please go ahead and submit that to the Otter Vaccination Registry. We have a direct contact for them so that we're able to make sure and verify all of our participants are fully vaccinated, so we can make sure we keep our community safe. All participants must complete the daily self-COVID-19 screening before each event. So like I was saying earlier, once you get to the North Quad, you've already checked in on MyRAF, you've gone over to our table where we're set up for grass volleyball, you go ahead and scan the QR code, do your daily self-COVID-19 screening. If you have access, which you should, which everyone will have access to it because it's on our recreation page in MyRAF, you can fill that out before you get to the event as well too. So if you're waking up that morning on Sunday, it's about 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, if you're able to sleep in, you'll be able to go ahead and go on to MyRAF, submit your daily self-COVID-19 screening. Once you get to the event, you'll let the supervisor know that you've already submitted it. They will be able to see that you have submitted it. They will verify that it's correct, go ahead and approve you for that event and check you into that game. And then we're also asking, once again, to please use some hand sanitizer. We will have that at each game for both SpikeBall and volleyball, or to be honest, we'll have that at all of our events to make sure we're trying to do our best to keep everyone safe. And so this is what the daily screening form looks like. It's real simple. We made it very simple. It's only asking 3 questions and so forth. We basically want to know if you've been feeling any of these type of symptoms lately. If so, then we want to make sure that you let us know. Be as honest as possible. Sorry about that. I have a dog that just loves to bark and when it needs to go out. So yeah, just make sure that you fill out that daily screening every day not every day, but every time you go to our events. So once you show up to like I said, the North Quad, you can go ahead and fill out the daily screening, or you can fill it out before you head over to the North Quad grass area or sand volleyball court. If you are, once again, and it's going to take all of us to make sure that we keep everyone safe. So please be as honest as possible. If you are feeling any type of symptoms, then just go ahead and stay home. Let your team know that you're not going to make it today and so forth. You don't have to fill out the daily screening form. You don't have to let us know or anything. You can just say you're not going to participate or fill out the daily screening form, and that's okay. But if you do fill out the daily screening form and you are feeling any type of symptoms and you say yes, of course, because we're all honest here, right? We all care for each other. Then if you do say yes, then we'll just ask you to go ahead and take care of yourself, as well as also let you know of the testing services that are on campus so that you can go ahead and visit the testing center. All right, let's talk about some game rules real quick. So game rules, first thing is our participant handbook. This is our kind of guide on how to be a great participant in intramural sports. It is currently living on our recreation page. So that's chumb.edu/recreation. Click on the intramural sports, click on the participant handbook, and all that information of being a thriving participant in intramural sports is there. We also have all of our rules housed inside of IM Leagues, as well as also MyRAF. So once you click into the intramural sports folder, click into recreation, you click on documents, you click on the intramural sports folder, and you'll see all the rules in there. So for grass volleyball rules, as well as also SpikeBall rules, they will be in that folder. So please go ahead and let your teams know to go ahead and look at those rules. And if they have any questions, they could definitely let us know, especially during the first week. That first week, we train our officials to really try to make sure they're being an educator out there and educating everyone on the rules and so forth, and trying to answer any questions that they can. So please let us know if you do have any questions regarding the grass volleyball rules or our spike ball rules. And weather, we have to talk about inclement weather, right? We are playing outside, but great news as we play in Monterey Bay, right? So hopefully spring, or not spring, but September and October is really our kind of, beautiful months and so forth with sunshine and great weather. But for whatever reason, if we do receive any type of inclement weather, whether it's, rain or it's, heaven forbid it doesn't happen, but it's a fire and the smokes and stuff like that, we'll try to communicate as best as possible, as early as possible. So for grass volleyball, since we play on Sundays, we'll try to get that communication out by Friday. And then if you're in spike ball, we'll try to get that communication out by Thursday before your game on Friday. So if we do have any type of inclement weather, our team will be reaching out to you to make sure that you are aware of what if your game will be played on Sunday or will be played on Friday. All right, let's move on to the next. All right, and here goes our last piece right here, our IM League. So once again, it's a platform that we use, IM Leagues. Everyone will receive a email from IM Leagues letting you know that your team has been created. Once you receive that, you will then also receive videos of how to create your team name, as well as also how to add on to a team or even add players to your team. So for those individuals who signed up a team or signed up other members to join their team, you will have access to go ahead and add those members to your team. Let them know as well. Check their spam. Most likely, it will be sent in through their spam. They go to their spam, check, look for IM Leagues, and go ahead and click accept your invitation to their team, and then it will ask them. It will require them. Excuse me, it will require them to go ahead and to fill out their membership through IM Leagues as well too. You'll see the spike ball league. So once again, if you're playing spike ball, you click on that Friday. That will show you kind of our schedule for that sport. And same thing for grass volleyball as well too. You click on Sunday, it will show you that schedule. And this is essentially what you'll be looking at once you click on those days, either Friday or Sunday. It will populate a list. So once again, this is why we're using IM Leagues to help communicate when games will be happening, times will be played, as well as scores and so forth. So all that information will live in IM Leagues. So please let us know if you have any issues with it. Just send us an email at intramurals.chmb.edu or reach out to me personally, tcollins@chmb.edu. All right, we did it. I'm trying to make sure you have at least 30 minutes left on your Friday on this beautiful day. So this is a Q&A time. I don't see too many questions in the chat, but if you're comfortable turning your mic on, please go ahead and do so and ask your question. All I ask is raise your hand or maybe using one of those reactions so that we can call on you, or you can just type them in the chat if you had any questions. And then if you don't have any questions and we did a stellar job, which is possible, then you're free to go. We're only asking the free agents to stick after so we can talk to you all about how your process will move forward. So yeah, I'll open the floor for any questions.
I think we have one question.
Yeah, Chris, thanks for asking that question. So we are using our intramural sports our intramural sports program is a part of NERSA. I should have said this earlier, which is the National Intramurals Recreational Sports Association, Leaders in Collegiate Recreation. So we'll be using their rules instead of so we won't be using SRA's tournament rules. We'll be using the intramural rules from NERSA. So thank you very much for asking that question, Chris. Another question or hand, Dustin, go ahead.
Yeah, hey TC, I was wondering because you were talking about inclement weather. So what happens if it's like North Quad and it's one of those days when it's like 30, 40 mile an hour winds? Like, would that count as inclement weather or just kind of deal with it?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question, Dustin. Thank you for asking that. If it is too windy and so forth, and once again, we notice that once we get out there, then we'll stick around and let people know that we've had to cancel the games or forfeit all games because of the inclement weather. I'm hoping we don't have that issue, but that is a possibility. Thank you for bringing that piece up. But if so, we will definitely have to cancel that day of versus knowing that, a day before, or in grass volleyball's case, 2 days before. Thank you for asking that question.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Thank you.
Perfect. Let's see. Any other questions in the chat? No. And I know, Dustin, your hand's still up, but I'm pretty sure it's just you already asked the question. Hans, anything else? Anything I missed? I mean, is it just that easy?
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
Well, all right, intramural participants, if you are part of a team, then you are free to go. If you are a free agent, please stick back and we'll go ahead and talk to you about how this will work for free agents. But for everyone else, thank you all for coming out and enjoy the rest of your Friday. And we'll see you all next week or 2 weeks from now.